Hello, guys. So I bought this book today from good old Trago Mills, which, if you're from the West Country in England, this is pretty much the Disneyland. This this is like a famous retail store in rural Devon, and it's got rides like trains and go karts there. It's a pretty legendary place if you're from down here. So yeah, seen in between. So yeah, I've seen some images on like the Shoegaze group and stuff online from this book, and now I've finally committed to buying it at quite a cheap price as well, just below £5. So yeah, Sam Nee, tripping through the fashions of UK indie music, 1980 to 1988. So this is post punk, twee pop, Sarah Records, Creation Records, the Enemy C86, which is to do with the twee scene. That was like a cassette tape that featured lots of bands involved in the twee indie scene, which was like just jingle jangle, sort of basic, very social kind of scene, small scene kind of thing, where it was just kind of anorak kind of indie, as they call it, like true indie, as in like no kind of rock edge to it, or just somewhere just that really kind of something really kind of subtle, I guess is the word, and intentionally underground. So yeah, it doesn't quite go to the shoegaze era, although it does mention it from like at the very end. You've got My Bloody Valentine and Loop and Spacemen 3, the kind of instigators of the scene, and the Mary Chain are in here as well. But yeah, it's just a shame it doesn't quite go to shoegaze proper, which is like pretty much from 1988, from the ending year of this book, 88 until 94. That timeline is shoegaze proper in my book. And speaking of my book, I would really love to make and publish a shoegazing book myself. I mean, I have a real big vision of it, and hopefully I can get some support to make it. I know exactly what I want it to be like. I want it to be a massive like coffee table book, like something like my Star Wars kind of collection book up there, like just something, a massive coffee table book, and it's going to be very illustrative, full of images. Um, yeah, and just really factual and colorful. That's what I want it to be like. Speaking about the gear, the bands, but the gear, especially the innovations through time of the different multi effects and the stomp boxes, the rack effects, and the people, the key players, the producers like Alan Moulder, the mixing engineers. I like to include like proper yeah, just big like fact files in the book as well, but most of the like album covers and like thematic colors on every page. So if I'm speaking about Just for a Day by Slow Dive, for example, it would be like the orange theme kind of continuing throughout the chapter. And I like cross sections as well. Just a massive coffee table book. So that's my ambition to do sometime in my life. Hopefully sometime soon, because I feel like I'm pretty much well acquainted with the genre and what I'm talking about, and I got pictures of the gigs I attend myself. That would definitely be included in the book. So yeah, if you're with me on that, leave a comment, and I want to see how many people want me to do that, and I want some guidance on like how to go about it. So like, what publishers should I go to? Like DK and or just people like that. DK, Paragon. Yeah, give me some pointers in the comments. So yeah, without further ado, let's just skim through this book. No, I'm not gonna go through every page in depth, but it's a very illustrative book, which is what I like. So you start off with Orange Juice, Postcard Records. In Richard King's How Soon Is Now, the story of indie. I think these guys, Orange Juice, were like sort of credited, aren't they? It's been like the first independent band. Obviously, Spiral Scratch by the Buzzcocks was the first independently released bit of music, wasn't it? But they were a punk band. And Orange Juice were really I think they're credited as the first ones to like after punk to put out something indie, and like they got the look and all that kind of stuff. Edwyn Collins, yeah, that's the kind of the main protagonist. That's him. Still more Orange Juice, but yeah, there's lots of strawberry switchblade, still very goth. This is talking about the goth scene here. Interesting styles. Dolly Mixture. Tilada Gosh are in here somewhere, another legendary Oxford band. Marine Girls. But yeah, lots of Creation Records in here soon enough when it gets to 83, 84. That's Alan McGee there on is he on bass there? He should be on bass guitar. I'm sure he was a bassist in the band. But that looks it looks more like a guitar. It looks like it's got 6 tuning pegs. I'm not sure. It says Alan McGee and Andrew Ines from Later of Primal Scream. Play at McGee's Communication Club in Camden. Communication Blur was the magazine he devised and wrote for. They had previously been in Glasgow teen punk outfit The Drains, along with Bobby Gillespie, before moving to London to form The Laughing Apple in 1980. Alan McGee went on to found Creation Records in 1983, naming it after mid-60s freak beat mod band The Creation. He envisaged a merging of punk with first wave psychedelia, a sort of 67 to 77 art pop idealism transported into the mid-80s underground scene. Paradise Now. So that all of this is like leading up to shoegaze. I mean, that Alan McGee is the guy who kind of creates the space to let it happen, as well as Ivor Watts Russell from 4AD, who brings the more ethereal, outlandish sound. And it's really 4AD and creation, those two things combined, that creates the shoegazing sound. It's like the etherealism of 4AD mixed with the punk and psychedelia of creation. The Pastels, yeah, they were on Creation. They were a Creation band. From Glasgow. Probably the main reason the book you're holding came about. So I felt their music and sartorial style were the logical progression from post-punk into the new 80s indie era. C86. Twee pop. Releasing their debut single, Songs for Children, on Wham Records, the Pastels sounded somewhere between the television personalities, Spell Maps, early Red Crayola, and Velvet Underground. They made a precarious racket indeed, and yeah, the Velvet Underground obviously they get mentioned a lot in this book as being the main inspiration for 80s indie. The John Cale Chelsea boots, and that being cited as being the look that was straight from the Velvet Underground that they adopted. The Smiths in 1983. Two weeks before the release of The Charming Man, we had heard the first two Peel sessions and bought hand in glove. We were 17 and scarfed off college to drive down from Perth without tickets in a master's old rickety Simca. When we got there, they were sound checking in the refectory, and the dinner ladies took pity on us and let us in the back door. The Smiths had been on the NME front cover the previous Thursday with quiffs, so we didn't recognise Johnny Marr. They allowed us to hang out backstage and sent us off for fags and booze from the student bar. The stage was table height and we evaded easily. Mike Juice allowed us to put our beatbox on the drum riser to record the gig. It was weird and surreal. Derek Moyer, indie scenester. There's Johnny with one of his many guitars. I've actually got Johnny Marr's guitars book in the other room next door, which is a fascinating coffee table, massive book. There's a Q&A with Johnny Marr. Gonna wind on a little bit here. Mary Chain. This is all Mary Chain stuff. But Bobby Gillespie standing up on the drums. That was a Velvet Underground style that they mimicked. Jim Reed. That Vox guitar was so popular after Ian Curtis. That Vox guitar became really popular. There's Alan McGee on the right. Alan McGee with the Jesus and Mary Chain, the band that really broke Creation, that put them on the map. Meet Whiplash, I've never heard of them before. Lots of Jags being played. The Weather Prophets, they were another Creation band. Shop Assistants, look at that brilliant style. So that was like mid-80s, but he's already sporting like a 90s kind of style already there with the cut jeans, foreshadowing the 90s, and the stripy jumper. That was all very shoegaze. I like that. It's a Gibson Marauder, isn't it? Gibson Marauder. Wow. I always thought it was an amazing looking guitar. But yeah, really ultra rare. Wow. Gibson Marauder. Wow. Something different. Who's this? The Desperados. Edinburgh-based band. Jangly Records. Nice ginger hair. Rough Trade, Jeff Travis. So this is Primal Scream now. So this was all to do with the C86 scene. There it is there that says Velocity Girl, the scene by many as their indie pop era masterpiece, and was included on the NME's C86 cassette compilation. Bobby Gillespie became something of an indie boy cult style icon around this time, contributing to the popularity of mid-60s sartorial elements in the indie youth scenes. Yeah, look at that style there. Brilliant. Jag again, stripy Breton shirt. This is My Bloody Valentine. You've got Debbie, Kevin Shields, so Colm and David Conway, I think that is. This is before Belinda Butcher joined. That's their original singer. And there's Shields in his early days. Q&A with Debbie Googe, the bass player from My Bloody Valentine. There she is. There's Belinda there. So that's 1988. So Isn't Anything era. And that's what I mean. It's a shame they stop at 1988 because, and that's what my shoegazing book's going to rectify. I'm going to make something similar to this, but obviously focusing on the shoegaze proper era of 88 until 94, 95. And then I'm also going to talk about the bands after as well in the 2000s, 2010s, which obviously would include my own gig footage from the gigs I attended in the 2010s, and continuing to this day in 2024. Obviously, I'm still attending gigs, but not just that. Though it's not going to be completely like this. It's going to include gear, player profiles, and guitar analysis and effects pedals. Just everything really. Key albums, key songs. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing book. It really will be. I'm going to put everything into it. Back with is that Mary Chain again there or not, or someone else? Stripy fashion again. Got a teddy bear in the same top. That's interesting. Look at that, look, Rickenbacker. Brilliant pictures there. There's that Vox guitar again. Seems to be pretty popular. I think it's Vox, but well, it's definitely definitely a rip-off of it. If it's not, then it's yeah, if it's not a Vox, it's definitely a clone of it. Rickenbacker there, 330 is it? I think it's 330 because it's got more pointy edges. Because the difference between the 330 and the 360 is that the 360 has more rounded edges. So that's a 330 there. Again, that kind of Vox style guitar is back again, and Rickenbackers were popular. The off hooks, the sea urchins. Oh yeah, Felt. Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence from Felt. They were, I think they were like, when they like 4 AD and then they moved on to Creation, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was the other way around. They were on Creation and then left for 4 AD, I think. Yeah, felt fans there, look, outside, waiting the final gig at Burberry's, Birmingham. Got some mods there, look. In 1986. Unknown mods. Burns guitar. So that's a 12 string, isn't it, if I'm not mistaken? I think you can get There is a 12-string version of it. I don't think that is, though, because looking at the headstock, it looks like it's just got the 6 pegs on it. Cool picture there. Spacemen 3, this is. So this is like getting into the sort of shoegaze territory now. So getting much closer with it when you get to Spacemen 3 and Loop. A looper in here as well, somewhere. Brilliant Jaguar. Yeah, this is Loop. They did that album, didn't they, with the gold and black. Was it Arclight Sonar? One of the songs. There we go, that bit of a shoegazing reference there. The Chelsea boots on the effects pedal. Yeah, mushroom haircut. Curtains. But by late 87, Loop fans had become something of a subcult of their own in stretched black jeans, pointy black Chelsea boots, black leather box jackets, black roll necks, and out-of-control bowl cuts. It was all out John Cale from the Velvet Underground, Worship, circa 66, 67. Some cool guitars on display there. Jaguar, so popular in the 80s, I think because it was so cheap. That was a big reason for it. Whereas these days, it's like, it's £800, isn't it? At least if you want a decent one. Shoegazing reference again there. One of my favourite images of the book. Actually mentions it here. It says shoegazers, perennials, Shelley's, Chelsea boots, and guitar effects pedals. I did have a pair of Chelsea boots not long ago, but I got rid of them. Just not really as comfortable as trainers, and to be honest, all of the modern shoegazers don't really wear that anyway. So it's not exactly a strict fashion rule. So yeah, really cool book. Just thought I would give you a little glimpse of it there. Yeah, really cool. So yeah, like I said, I want to make my own book one day, and it's going to be really exhaustive, and it's going to feature a lot of my own pictures, my own experiences, and plus interviews that I've made on this Shoegazer 93 channel. Lots of words from the interviews that I've conducted, like with John Cornfield and Dean Garcia, people like that, Greg Akell. Yeah, so this book's going to be exhaustive, and yeah, let me know. Give me some guidance about who to approach in terms of publishing. Yeah, thanks guys. See you later.